I like to believe that I grew up just like any other person, but today I realized there were some things that happened in my life that really affected me and set me along a course of destruction, so to speak. I had a misconception of what I felt like how I should be treated. And with that, I went out to the streets and figured out that, well, this is what I want, this is what I like. And which really turned into something that was almost like a horror story. Because I found myself involved in drugs, I found myself involved in violence, and then the next thing you know, I was involved in a gang. I never wanted to admit some of the things that happened to me in my life, and instead of admitting them, I actually stuffed those things. And to keep those things stuffed, I had to turn to drugs, I had to turn to violence. So I saw this as something that I needed to work on. The irony of it is that I had to go to prison to learn that. In prison, I developed emotional literacy skills. In other words, there was a time in my life that when I got angry, I got violent. And when I looked at another parts of my life, when I saw myself sad or disappointed, I went and got high or I went and got drunk. And that's how I dealt with those particular emotions. So, I came to the realization that I was basically emotionally illiterate.
You said earlier why we get along with all the druggies and all those kids so well. I feel like it's because we kind of grew up with those kids, and we kind of like made memories with them, and we don't really ever want to let them go.
That's a good way of looking. I like that. Yeah, sometimes we gotta let that go though, huh?
Yeah.
Are you willing to let it go?
Yeah.
Has Project Aware sort of helped you let that go?
Yeah.
So today, what I'm doing is I'm trying to prevent kids having to go to prison to learn these skills or, to get caught up in the system. Mission statement for Project Aware is to give at-risk youth and teens an opportunity to work on themselves. That is really what Project Aware is about. That's really our mission, so they can become a part of society, that they can learn to be able to deal with the future struggles that are going to be upon them. So Project Aware creates that safe environment for them. We really focus on emotional literacy skills, social skills, problem-solving skills, and we want to do it in a restorative way where the kid becomes safe, where he feels like he has a safe environment to actually work on some of those issues. You have kids who don't even know each other, but they're willing to share things that are very confidential. They're willing to share things that are embarrassing, that are sort of things that you really would keep inside.
I just started living with my mom again when I was 14, and I moved away from her when I was because she was doing drugs from when I was 2 up until about 11.
Well, I live with my grandma and she's there, but it's like she just judges me or isn't really there to help me out. She never asked me how I feel, how my day was, or anything.
So it's not uncommon to see kids crying in the group. And when you have a kid safe enough to cry in the group without other kids laughing or joking, what you have is a healing process that's just starting.
I never knew what to actually call my family. Didn't really know who's my real family. Until this day, I still don't know that I have a real family. This week I've just been so depressed because I just always think about how much I miss the feeling of being with my mom. Because I remember when I was little, she was my favorite.
I was going through problems in my house.
What type of problem?
With my mom, well, not my mom, with my stepdad.
It's not uncommon to hear a kid talk about abuse. It's not uncommon to hear a kid talk about substance abuse. We're able to show that we're not perfect. We're able to show that you can be somewhere which is probably at the lowest point in your life, and you can recover, you can rehabilitate, you can be restored, so to speak.
And before you got into Project Aware, did you talk a lot about your feelings?
I never did. I never wanted to talk about anything. This is probably the best 8 weeks I've ever had in my life. It's opened my eyes to so many different things. I just feel the changes and I like it.
My name is Anthony Ceja, and I'm a program coordinator from the County Office of Education here in San Diego. And today we're going to be providing training to all the project-aware consultants who will be working in the schools this school year. For some time now, I've really believed strongly that former gang members need to be part of the solution. Well, then Reggie wanted to actually start his own program called Project Aware. So I said, well, that's good, let's do it. You know, I always want to try to support a passion that some people have to serve kids. And I had already seen his work and it had kind of attested over time. So I said, okay, let's give him a shot.
So that's what it is. We're going to show staff how we determine kids who are at risk, because they might not even understand what at risk means. So we're going to have to define that for them, and we're going to have to show them what that looks like.
As he identified different people that could serve within Project Aware to actually provide services to the kids, then I was able to kind of help him and guide some of the business aspect of it and the organizational aspect of it.
When I find independent contractors who have the ability to use this curriculum that I created to work with the kids, then it's my job to make sure that they understand what Project Aware is about. When you create a safe environment, they finally get some of this pain out. Because for me, when I got angry, remember when I get angry, I get violent. And for me, when I got angry, I picked up a gun and I shot an individual. Again, Project Aware actually stands for attitude when angry and resolving emotional issues, with the key part being non-violently.
I've been in the teaching profession for 35 years, and it had not occurred to me until Reggie explained to me that some kids don't come with social skills, but I hadn't put it in the perspective of emotional illiteracy, that they don't know how to deal with their emotions.
What we've done in Project Aware is we've allowed them to take a look at different avenues of dealing with anger, with dealing with certain emotions. What we do is through our exercises is that we inform them that having those feelings is healthy. It's how you react to them is what makes it unhealthy.
It's all I know, and I'm a victim of my own solitary confinement state of mind. I tried to kill myself multiple times, no parents, no help, no hope, just me and my weed. I'm a walking dead figure who stays in the streets because the self-hate inside of me drives me crazy. They never cared anything.
Every high school and middle school in Vista Unified School District. We're in every juvenile court and community school in the San Diego County District. We're now being implemented in institutions like Camp Barrett. We're now being involved in organizations like the Carlsbad Police Department.
And with our program, we're really looking for something that really has an impact on kids. And you'll have kids sitting there and they'll kind of be nervous a little bit because they're talking to the panel. And you'll say, what project had the biggest impact? And then all of a sudden a smile will come, oh, Reggie. And this is always Reggie. You always heard the name Reggie.
So our overall goal is to create a better school climate, create better student engagement within our schools. We want to be able to align ourselves with the local control and accountability plan, to be able to bring about restorative practices within those schools, to be able to bring about trauma-informed care within these schools and within these organizations.
He has the ability to put kids together and they aren't labeled. They're just human beings, and he makes each one of them feel that they are worth something.
We've worked with kids who have come back and they want to continue to work in the program because it's changed their lives, and they want to come back and they want to help other kids.
Was it ever a time where you would smoke and drink to get past those type of issues?
Yeah, but my parents never understood. They just thought I was doing it just to do it, or I was being bad.
And do you worry about these individuals in here judging you though?
It could bother a little bit, but I mean, it is who I am. I mean, everybody goes through their struggles.
You know, this program has the potential to go nationwide, but it doesn't mean nothing if that one kid that I'm working with at that time isn't affected and doesn't make any changes.
this program changed their lives. It put them on a better path, made them realize this isn't how I want to live. And they start to get their lives together, and then they start to see the value of service back to others. So it's wonderful because it really it creates leaders out of kids that a lot of people thought weren't worth anything.
When you ask about what drives me is when I go inside of a classroom and a kid is waiting on me so he can have an opportunity to talk about how he's feeling. A lot of it has to do with my daughter. You know, she didn't have an opportunity to have her father there because of the choices that I made, because I was emotionally illiterate. Project Aware needs everyone in our community. So it's not just about the at-risk teens, it's about our community. And when I say our community, it's not Southeast, it's not Vista, it's not Carlsbad, it's not San Diego, it's not California, but it's, worldwide. And that's where we want to be at. My name is Reginald Washington. I'm the founder and CEO of Project Aware Enterprises.